So Trauma Revisited, speaking of inner monsters, Trauma Revisited.
Mm.
Talk to me about that.
This and this has always been, it's, there's been a lot of discussion in the last few years with A24 blowing up of like, somebody in the press coined the term elevated horror,
Mhm.
uh, which is kind of a BS term that somebody who enjoyed this type of movie needed to, like, justify their liking it, but didn't want to admit to liking a horror film. Um, but before that, it was the art house horror film, or in the 70s it was just, it was the foreign horror film. These kind of movies have been around all the time, and it's less about the monstery tropes and creatures, or crazy people, and it's more about people's internal damage sort of manifesting around them, and that could be literal, like it could be like a ghost. Like two of my favorite examples, one really new, one really old. Really new is The Night House, which came out about a year or so ago on Netflix, about a woman who's grieving for her dead husband. An old one from the 70s that I love is Donald Sutherland's, stars in Don't Look Now, which is about losing a child, and both of them like work with the supernatural, but at the same time, it's not about monsters popping out of corners and jump scaring you. It's more about when you take somebody's internal trauma or grief, whether it's past abuse, or dealing with a death or addiction or anything like that, and they're learning to deal with that, but at the same time, something otherworldly kind of comes into their lives, and where the theme works is that the tools that they use to deal with their trauma as a human being ends up being the tool set that helps them defeat whatever the supernatural thing is that's plaguing them.